Obscura, the channel that talks about rare and obscure films as well as their stories. On today's episode, we go over the canceled sequel in the Mummy franchise, The Mummy: Rise of the Aztecs. In 1999, a film that changed the world was released, Stephen Sommers' The Mummy. It was so groundbreaking it led to a sequel in 2001 titled The Mummy Returns. The sequel saw the return of Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz back in their roles, as well as Sommers returning to direct. This was a rare case where a sequel was both successful at box office as well with fans. After the film's success, Sommers decided to take a break from the characters, but the studio had other plans. 7 years later, in 2008, they released another sequel, The Mummy: Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. This time, Stephen Sommers was no longer directing and was replaced by Rob Cohen. Brendan Fraser did return, as well as John Hannah, but a glaring mistake on the studio's part was hard to miss, as they recasted Evie with Maria Bello, as Rachel Weisz was busy at the time. The film had moderate success, and in all honesty, is still quite enjoyable. The studio even had plans for a few more sequels according to contracts, as well as the film's cliffhanger ending, foreshadowing mummies in Peru. This is where we shift our focus on what was to come, The Mummy: Rise of the Aztecs. The film was to see the definite return of Maria Bello, as well as Lou Ford, as they were under contract. As expected, Brendan Fraser and John Hannah were also going to return. This time, the family would find themselves in the middle of Peru, with Antonio Banderas signed on to play the mummy. Not much is known about the plot, but the film developed for quite a while, until it was quietly cancelled for unknown reasons in favor of a reboot. This was sudden and surprising news to fans who loved the franchise and followed the films for years. I was one of those fans saddened to hear the disappointing report, but this isn't where all hope ends. In 2017, the Mummy Reboot released. It was a huge flop on Universal's part, failing both critically and financially, except for in China. Although the film had its problems, there was a quick scene in the film connecting it to the Stephen Sommers trilogy universe. In a shot, you see the Book of the Dead, confirming that these films both take place in the same universe, technically making this movie a spin-off / sort of sequel, meaning the franchise was not dead. After a couple more years passed, in 2019, Brendan Fraser started to rise back to popularity thanks to Doom Patrol. This led to what people have dubbed the Brennaissance. After Doom Patrol, Brendan Fraser has been cast in big-budget films again, including No Sudden Move, The Whale, Brothers, and Killers of the Flower Moon. This has caused multiple articles demanding a new Mummy film, featuring both Fraser and Rachel Weisz. So much noise from the fans have even led to a response from Universal Pictures themselves. This shows that they know we want and need a Mummy Legacy sequel. And with today's advance in CGI technology, it would even be possible to make them look like they did in the first two films. For example, take a look at this deepfake where I de-aged Rachel Weisz. So the hope for The Mummy 4 has never burned brighter. Thank you guys for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.